Hey, Shalom, my Prince of Karma Compassion, James London, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Chakwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for that's pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. I got this article here from The Guardian, and yeah, contrary to popular belief, man, this isn't a time for women, man. Women aren't on the rise, man. Okay, this ain't a woman's world. You ain't running the world. Okay, you got a contingency of women out there acting like or being promoted like they're doing some sort of shit on the earth, man. That they're somehow important, that they're somehow independent, that they're mighty and they're this and they're that. You know, because you've been given Esau give you liberty, so you think you can do it on your own. Well, you're about to have a reality check, man. Right? 'Cause most women, okay, and all you women eventually, man. Okay, you're gonna be reverted back to the basis level of what a woman is, man, and that is vulnerable. Right? You're vulnerable. You need help. Okay, you're not independent. Okay, not one of you is going to be independent. Okay, in the time of the Lord, man. All right, and you can see it here already, man. This article, right? It says vulnerable UK women forced into sex for rent by cost of living crisis, man. Right? Because he's the devil, right? What he's done is destroy what's it the fabric of life, man. Okay, the base units of life, beginning of a man and woman, and producing seed and offspring, right, and producing families and so on and so forth, man. Esau's destroying that. He's creating broken homes everywhere, leaving these women alone and on benefits on the system and all that kind of stuff. But they don't give, Esau don't give them enough, right? They've got no way to protect themselves, and so they gotta, go and do base things to survive. Because they're vulnerable, man. They need a man in the house. They need a man around. But you sort of give them all this liberty, and women acting crazy with the power tripping. Men don't want to be around. Women think they can say and do what they want to do, and kick man out the house for whatever perceived transgression that they do. But you find it hard later on though. But you feel like you're winning some moral victory, man. But you're finding it hard now. Look at it. You're getting put down low. And all you women are gonna end up down there, man. Okay, contemplating your whole life, man, because you thought you could do it by yourself. You're acting like a badass bitch, with all the attitude in the world, right? But that attitude ain't gonna help you survive. Okay, in fact, you have to turn that down quite a lot to have a better chance of survival, man. Because there's guys out there looking to rip shit up, man. To get at you, women, man. Because a lot of these guys out there, they're vexed, right? They're sore in the spirit, man, and they can't wait to do something to you, women, man. So yeah, you're gonna find it extremely difficult in the days coming, man. You know, oops. In fact, let me open up with that. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that's what I want. Right, that was 12 and 1, right? It says, and at that time shall Mark stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. You women are not going to fare well in that time of trouble, man. Okay, you're somewhat protected to a degree to make you believe that this, you know, this thing really exists. That you have, that you're independent, that you're strong, and you're this, and Esau offers you protection, right? This is a man's world, right? But he's allowed you women to influence the hell out of it, man, to corrupt and stupefy people, man. But like I said, in this time of trouble, man, you're gonna go back to somewhat humble women because you're gonna be reliant on men to protect you, right? You ain't gonna be mouthing it off like you do now, man, because you can go fend for yourself. Because there ain't no guy need to stay around and hear you, man. And that's what's happening. This whole bloody was it red pill movement and all this kind of stuff. Men are just getting sick and tired, man. You know, and they're using their celebrities to get into the minds of other men and stuff, man. And men are just fed up because women are acting stupid, man. Men and women are acting stupid right now. And so you're alone. Okay, but the men are gonna fare better being by themselves than you by yourselves. Right? You're gonna be trying to find a man to protect you and to help you. Okay, but you done put everybody off, man. But anyway, it says, and there was a time, shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right, so that time is coming. And for some women, it's already hit. That realization, that reality is hit, man, that, it would have been better if I weren't alone. If I had my man in my house. But that's what happens when you play games with the devil, man. You're not getting the short end of the stick. Right? But anyway, let's read some of this article. Grab some more scriptures, right? So women are increasingly being forced to engage in survival sex because of the cost of living crisis amid worsening conditions for Britain's most vulnerable. Okay, women, right? Women and children are the most vulnerable. Right? Charities warn that rising costs pair with years of underfunding benefits. But these women shouldn't be alone. They should be looked after by their man. They should be. But for one reason or another, like I said, Esau got his brain effing everybody, man, and he's leaving broken homes everywhere. But a lot of that is to do with that woman's lib that he was pushing, man. Giving women power in positions where they shouldn't have power, man. Because they make bad decisions with that power. Because you're getting paid by the government and that, you think, oh, well, I don't need this guy, he's a loser. I'm gonna get upgraded and do this and do that. I can survive by myself. I'm an independent woman, blah, 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 blah. But you're never independent. If you want fucking benefits, you ain't independent. What the fuck are you talking about? But you kick him out the house anyway because you're drunk or whatever, man. I don't care about your personal situations, man. But the fact that the matter is, man, being with a man is more favorable than being not with a man, man. In the times to come, man, and you're gonna find out. I don't care if he was a loser. I don't care about your excuses. Anyway, so charities warn that rising costs pair with years of underfunding mean women, including those with trauma and mental health issues, they've all got those, are having to turn to sex in exchange for housing or to meet other basic needs. Sex for rent. When landlords demand sex in return for discounted or free accommodation is a growing problem as economic conditions tighten, they said, with perpetrators using it as a tool to abuse and control, right? It's an age-old thing, man. When the women don't have anything, well, they usually sell their bodies, man. It's not typical. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's not typical that a man would ever do something like that. A man finds some other way to make some money or to make ends meet or whatever he needs to do. But all women have got is their body. They don't have anything else. They're not good at anything else. They can't. They you know what I mean? They're just there. They're just women. Okay, a man could go do something. A man will go do something. Okay, he ain't gonna sell his body. That's not saying it don't happen. I remember there's one story recently. A guy did that. Madness, right? But he said, "I'm not gay," right? Whatever, man. Whatever. You start thinking you're gay, right? Anyway, but a man has other things at his disposal that he can do to be productive and to make money or to get whatever he needs, right? A woman don't really have those options because she's a weaker vessel, right? She's vulnerable. She can be exploited because she's weak, and that's just the way it is, man. Okay, that's why these landlords they exploiting the issue that she's got no money, man, and she got nothing else to provide to him. So, guy wants the sex, so that's what she has to pay with, or she's gonna get kicked out. It's a mutual agreement. One that maybe she doesn't have much choice in the matter, but she got a choice. She can, she can leave. She can leave. That's an option. Not a great option, but it's an option. You don't have to do what she's doing. Right? People with integrity won't do those things regardless, man. They'd rather just go out on the street then. But women ain't built with that integrity, man. So they make these types of decisions because they're weak. It's as simple as that. Because if you think, man, that a landlord can come to me and say, look, man, you missed your last 2 months, 3 months rent, and I say, look, I ain't got no money, man. I'm between jobs right now, or I ain't got a job right now. If you think man could turn around and tell me, oh, don't worry, don't worry, you can pay me in some other way, bro, I'm leaving. I ain't talking to that guy. I might punch him up, you know. But I'll go out on the street, bro. If that's what's going on, bro. If I'm put in that situation, but women, like I said, they're a weaker vessel. They will cave into that sort of stuff, man, because they're weak. Okay, they're vulnerable, and that's just the way it is, man. Okay, that's the way all women are when it comes down to it. Weaker, vulnerable. They need protection, but they in their minds they think that they can do everything, man, because Esau fed in the Babylon juice, you know. But anyway, uh, it is particularly an issue among migrant women and asylum seekers. The Observer understands the crisis is also making it harder for those trying to leave abusive relationships. The Beyond Cities charity said the cost of living crisis is driving those who are already vulnerable to turn to survival sex to meet the cost of bills and rent, leading to increased exploitation and abuse. A support worker for the charity said she had spoken to a woman who are trapped in escorting or selling sex, and several are having to top up low-wage jobs with sex in order to make ends meet. I spoke because you got no skills, man. A spokesperson of the charity said the cost of living crisis is a driver of survival sex. For those already vulnerable, they face considerable exploitation. There is a lack of government funding to support needs of women. Well, they should have their man. They should have a man. But he saw, I say, encourage you to get rid of your man, man. You know, and this is why you're being exploited, because ain't no one looking after you. Because the government ain't fucking looking after you properly, evidently, right? So the charities are struggling as their incomes reduce, expenses increase, and they are faced with more demands on their services. Latin America Women's Aid has seen multiple cases of sex for rent in recent months involving female asylum seekers. Jake, because we're the poorest, we're the poorest in these societies, man. So, our people, our women do that, man. We know that, right? So in one of the cases, a woman had been sofa serving for several months when she met a man who promised to provide her with accommodation before going on to sexually abuse her while she was sleeping. It's madness, right? But I'm saying this is what happens. You end up in these situations, man. You didn't need to be. Belen Ruiz, the charity's Violence Against Women and Girls Advice Center coordinator, said it is unacceptable that women in such vulnerable circumstances are exposed to so frequently to harassment and intimidation, being doubly victimized and unable to seek redress. Some cases she added involved harassment and abuse of asylum seekers while in public law accommodation facilities. This makes them afraid of accessing these services, which makes them easy prey for abusers living in private accommodation. Was there more? Can we just skim read this quickly? Just saying the same stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. It's just repeating itself, man. All right. So like I said, you're in this position now. It's not ideal, but it's like I say, man. You've made your bed. Now you gotta lay in it, man. And these are decisions that have led to the destruction of women and families and all this kind of stuff, right? But let's get some scriptures, man. This is from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. It said, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, right? So it's pointed out that women are the weaker vessel. Okay, that's why men are set out to be leaders, to guide the house, to guide the women. A woman is supposed to follow her man, right? But we're not. What you're not meant to be is some sort of is a complete dickhead. That you're just a abusive person or whatever. You're not really meant to be like that. You're meant to dwell with wisdom, as the scriptures say. Right, but like I said, men and women out here, they've been destroyed mentally, man, and they're just, gone. Right, these men don't have wisdom, and they act stupid. Women act stupid, and it just causes nothing but breakage. You know what I mean? Broken people, broken homes. Right. So it says, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. All right. So yeah, you're the weaker vessel, man. And this is why you find yourself in these predicaments, man. Men don't find themselves in those types of predicaments when down and out of cash or out of a job, whatever, man. A man finds something else to do because he can do more. You know what I'm saying? He could actually do something about it. Women now, you're weaker, so you're kind of prey. You're looking for helping hands and all this kind of stuff, and there's gonna be people out there that want to exploit that. Same anywhere. All right, people get exploited all the time, men included. Okay, but for different things. For certain situations, man. Yeah, you try to sell your house in a bad market, man. People know you're desperate for money, so they're gonna give you a shit price, man. You've been exploited. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time, man. But but when you get down to having to sell your body, man, that's as low as it's gonna get. But that's what women turn to. Anyway, this is from Matthew chapter 19. I'll read from verse 3. So the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Right? Most of the time, a man won't put away his woman, man. He might have things on the side, right? Which is a man's right to do so, as long as he's not committing the act of adultery, right? He has a God-given right to do that, right? But he usually just keep the women around. But it's women that get rid of men. Because I caught him cheating or whatever, so you kick him out the house, or he's the deadbeat, on kick him out the house, or whatever, man. Because Esau, your safety net. He gonna provide you a house, he gonna provide you with benefits, so you can do that crazy shit. Men don't get that type of shit, man. If they get they leave the house or whatever, they don't get no fucking support. Man, got to stand on his own 2 feet still. All right, but women, it's easier. That's why so many women kick the men out the house. They get emotional and just make those decisions, man. The same as divorce. Most women file for divorce. It's not men. Because they get emotional and get mad and just want to do something because they can. Esau's going to protect them in the system. Right? So things are kind of flipped. Right? Women have been given an abnormal amount of power and they just don't know what the fuck to do with that power, man. They're abusive. They're abusive with that type of power, man. All right? And then they want to take half your shit, half of your income and all this kind of craziness. Right? Anyway, so the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall become one flesh, right? And this is the thing, when a woman lays down with a man, they're meant to become one flesh, and they're meant to be bonded and in union together forever until death, right? But we know this world doesn't work like that. These women want to jump on every dick they can possibly get before they, pop the cork, before they dip out of this world, man. And so they're all messed up because, like I said, Esau's given them feminism and women's lib and all this type of shit, right? So things don't work how they're supposed to work, right? That's why women find themselves in these situations, man, because things have gone drastically wrong. Okay. It says that wherefore, verse 6, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. They're supposed to be one flesh, right? What therefore God have joined together, let not man put asunder. Right? But like I said, Esau made it, and filled, people's heads with all this madness that he's creating broken homes, man, creating breakages in relationships and whatever, man. So he out there doing wickedness, right? But then people are not meant to be out to, separate that man and that woman. But every excuse is found these days to separate. Tough times. They can't deal with tough times, so they want to dip out. Not happy for relationships are not fucking smooth sailing, man. You're gonna go through times, ups and downs and shit. You're not gonna be fucking happy 24/7. It's you have to go for adversity, man. It is what it is, man. But people don't like going through that stuff. They want to change up. They want to change this and change that and whatever. And the next thing you know, you got a fucking whole bunch of people that you've been with and whatever. None of it's worked out. And then you're still looking for one in your fucking 50s and 60s and shit. But no one wants you no more, man. You're alone. And no guy wants you now. You're alone, So that's not how the way things were meant to be. All right. They were meant to be together. So they're meant to have the support of one another. The man and the woman are meant to have support of one another. But these women have got no support. They're relying on the government. And the government ain't fulfilling the role of the husband. really. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't no protection. And when things are down bad, this is what they got to do. You know? This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, Esau writing, let's say, giving all these legislations and protections and power to women and stuff like that. It's messed up the balance. Okay, the balance of relationships, man. There's no order. There's nothing but disorder now. And that's why a lot of people are just on their own now. You know? It's a mess. Okay, but one of Esau's and you know people's makings, man. Because they don't want to honor these scriptures. They don't want to do the things the Most High told you to do them, man. You know? It's Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. It says, how long would I go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. You know, the word compass is to go around. Right? She wants to go, or she can and will go around the authority of the man when she don't like what what she's being told or what she's hearing, what she's seeing. It's easier for us to make those decisions because Esau got her back in most cases, you know, and he'll provide her with a house, he'll provide her with benefit money and all that kind of stuff. She got children, or we got to pay for your children too, or give you some money towards that, and you know, so it's easy for these women to make these decisions because Esau has allowed it or made it possible. Okay, where it shouldn't be. All right. So like I said, it's not normal for a man to just to dip out. I know that's a mentality that this generation has been showing. The guys just fucking dip. These men ain't got no sense of um, responsibility a lot of the time. But even the women, man, no responsibility. They want to take no accountability for none of their actions. They leaving seed and offspring everywhere, man. And again, just perpetualizing that broken shit, man. Kids growing up with no parents, no dads in their lives and shit. You know, it's just so messed up, man. Because Esau got them all twisted up. But yeah, Esau's giving power to the woman over the man to go around the man. You know. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man. So they're not meant to do that. They're not meant to usurp authority. Okay, they're meant to be under authority of the man. Okay, but Esau's made them unhappy with that. Okay, telling that you shouldn't want that. Even though there's women out there that like being under their man and doing what they are told to do and all that kind of stuff. But the popular culture that's being pushed out there for everybody to consume is women shouldn't have to listen to no men, shouldn't respect men and all this kind of stuff. So that's kind of perpetrated to the younger generations, man. And that's why they're acting all fucking stank. We'll be seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking crazy, right? And that's where or how society is going. And more people are taking up this kind of mentality, man. That Esau's been feeding everybody. I said, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence, man. They're meant to be obedient. Okay, they're meant to be led. These women want to be leaders, man, but they can't lead for shit. They don't understand what the hell they're doing. These I don't know, high value females, if that's what they want to be called. I don't really know what they call themselves, man. But these women that are looking for high value males and stuff like that, and they think what they're on is what a high value male would want. When they ain't got a fucking slightest Scooby Doo. They ain't got a clue about what a man wants, what he needs or desires from a woman. He don't want you and your proud ass and noisy ass. With your you self, like. You don't want all that, man. You don't want all that fucking aggro and stress. So you ain't gonna get a higher value male like that. So these women don't even know how to get what they want. It's just ridiculous, man. It's stupidity. Anyway, you know, um, let's have a look. Where was I? It's Sirach chapter 25, verse 16 says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman, right? So, like I said, there's a lot of women out there alone, by themselves with the kids, having to do stuff like this to make ends meet because they're in a vulnerable situation. When you got a whole unit of man and women in the house, father and mother in the house, that's you ain't gotta do shit like this. Plus your man ain't gonna allow you to do shit like this. He gonna find a way. He gonna come up with something. He ain't gonna allow you to do this. But this is what happens when you're alone. You run the men away. Right? But that's how men feel, man. We don't be stuck in the house with a woman that just cause you nothing but stress. It's Micah chapter 7 verse 10 says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Right? So this way that you're going, this lifestyle that you've chosen, and it's it's led you back to me. It's led you down this rabbit hole of despair. I thought the point I was gonna make now, but basically, you're gonna end up in this situation. It's gonna be terrible for you, and like I said, things are getting worse by the day, and even these proud ass women, man, they're gonna find themselves in these situations, man, where they're gonna know they fucked up, right? All that shit they were popping, man, they're gonna realize, man, I was being stupid, because look at me now, and men are gonna revel in the fact that you're getting smashed up, man, and you're getting, your mouths are getting shut up. Right, because there's some men out there, what they call them, incels. They wouldn't love nothing more for you than something bad happened to you, to you women out here, man. But even us, man, there's some proud ass women that got loud mouths and that. You just like, well, the Lord's gonna judge you, man. Because you're talking all this shit now, but the Lord's gonna humble you, man. So we're gonna see it, man, and we're gonna be like happy. We're gonna be happy that it's happened to you, man. The Lord's only gonna help those of a more contrite spirit, because obviously there are women that are going to be saved, as part of the elect, and so the Lord going to preserve some of you, man. But a lot of you women, man, you're gonna get put down and humbled to a level that you couldn't possibly comprehend right now. I mean, these women are starting to understand a little bit, man, but things are gonna get worse even for these guys, for these girls here, right? So, it's gonna get real bad. Okay. And there was something else, right? Bro, is up in the chat, right? Some crazy stuff going on, right? If this is true, right? It says mother dismembered her daughter and ate body part as neighbors looked on. And got the so-called black woman up here, man. Losing the shit, obviously. Can't be peak. It can't be the situation. The situation can't be that peak yet for her. Damn, but it will be. This is the type of thing that's going to be going on in mass famine, man. I don't know what the situation is, or she on some drugs. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this sounds crazy, but this sort of shit will be going on in the future. And you women are going to be eating your children and all kinds of stuff to survive. And you think, that's low, right? Selling your body because you can't, you can't afford to survive, make ends meet, eat food and whatever, right? So you do this. Okay, that's one thing, right? But then to because you're so damn bad that you're gonna eat your children, that's something else, man. That's another level of low, right? The Lord has got you in that sort of situation where you gotta contemplate eating your children, man, to survive. But this is not gonna be an uncommon thing, right? You women will be humbled, man, for sure. So this is from Deuteronomy 28, verse 56. It says here, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of thy foot upon the ground of delicateness. You women ain't tender and delicate, man. You're boisterous and masculine and all this kind of stuff. You're just loud mouthed. Men don't like that. Men don't like that, man. I know what you're doing. Thinking that you're the shit. No one likes that. Right? But you used to be tender and delicate, right? So it says, so her eyes shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom. right? And that's kind of the state of play right now. And toward a son and toward a daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege. Right? When there's no food, man. Because that's what happens when you're being laid siege, man. The food supplies are cut off, food supplies run out because you can't get food inside. Right? So in the point of famine, you know, this happened before in history. Why we're reading it, right? This is something that actually took place already, back in 70 AD. Pardon me, right? But it's gonna happen again, okay? Because famine is on the horizon, right? So you women are going to be in the same predicament again, right? So it says she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege. Because it's a shameful thing. You got to do that, man. That's shameful, man. And so I don't know what this woman's case is, man. She on drugs or some shit, man. But you know, it's fucked up. But you know, people are going to be doing this because they're fucking starving, man. Because food is going to be a real issue for people, right? So to want all things secretly in the siege, and straightness, trouble, problems, right? Where thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates, and Esau is the cause of that distress. Everything Esau is doing now is causing great stress upon the world, man. And like I said, it's going to end, you know, lead up to famines and social chaos, war, okay? And you women are going to sink to lower levels, man, to survive. Men included. It ain't just the women, men included are going to dip down to lower levels, man, just to survive. All right? We're going to close up with this. This is from Isaiah 4 verse 1. So in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Okay, you're gonna humble yourself, man, because you're gonna realize that all this shit talking, man, hasn't done you any good. It isn't doing you any good, man. It's better to be humble, man, and have men on your side, right? To pair up with a man. All this independent woman shit, man, that's not gonna be a doctrine that you're gonna believe in at that time, man. You ain't gonna want to be alone and do it by yourself. You're gonna want a strong man to help you through it. But the strongest men in that time are going to be the men of the Lord, man. Not because we got the biceps and we got all the strength and all that kind of stuff, but we got the faith. And the Lord is dealing with us, man. The Lord is providing us protection. So we're going to be the strongest men in that day. You know, we're going to be like a sanctuary. So, you women, man, you better make the right decisions, man. But it's the spirit, man. The Lord going to deal with those women, man, and lead those women to where they need to be. But like I said, majority of these women are going to get destroyed, man, and humbled down, just, trodden down, abused, raped, all that stuff, man. Right? It's all going to happen, man. All right. It says we will, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Bring us into your house, make us your wives, essentially, let us be called by your surname, right? To take away our reproach, because the men of the Lord have got that name that are written in the book, right? So anybody that's connected, that's going to be delivered with them, man, is going to take away their reproach, because they're going to humble themselves down and be delivered with them, right? Women shall be saved in childbearing, as Scripture tells you, man. So they're going to become the women of the elect, vessels, or for the seed of Israel to be replenished, man. So that's going to take away the reproach, man. All right. But like I said, that's who the Lord have chosen, those of a more contrite heart, and not the pride, the pride these women exude, in this day and age, man. For some of these women that act like that, man, all this pride, man, it's not going to get you nowhere. Okay, you have to humble yourself down, man, and you will be humbled, man. But someone gonna have to, learn the hard way, or and perish at the end of it, man. Because not all you are going to be saved, obviously, right? So it's best to be humble now, and humble yourself now, and acknowledge the Lord, before the day of trouble comes. Before the Lord got you doing crazy shit like this and having to sell yourself, just to make ends meet, man. Something worth thinking about, right? But anyway, I'm going to end it there. Lord, when this was edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.